Went jazzy there for a second. Woo! Oh, wait. Okay, the synchronization though. Ooh! Nah, that was sick. That was sick. 안녕하세요. Hello, fellow A's. Welcome back to the channel. I apologize if I do not have a voice or if my voice sounds kind of raspy. I think it sounds pretty fine, but it is hurting right now. I'm in pain right now. I'm not gonna lie. But yes, as you can tell by the title of this video, we're gonna be talking about TripleS's concert. TripleS Come True is the title or the name of the tour. But more specifically, we're gonna be talking about their stop in Montreal because that is the one that I attended. It is also the show to which I was tour leader. I was chosen by Mudhouse. Mudhouse, thank you very much for that opportunity. It is, I would say, maybe a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Hopefully not. Maybe I can be the tour leader for their next tour when they come back to Montreal. If they come back to Montreal, I don't know. I honestly would not mind doing it. It was super fun. Organizing everything from banners to a trading event. That's right. We organized, I decided to organize a trading event. I thought it would be pretty fun. Seeing as, we could buy objects. That's right. We were the first. Actually, hold on. I'm going to help you guys out. If you are planning to go to any of the other stops, whether it be Toronto, Chicago, Houston, Tampa, or LA. Sorry, I had to look. I couldn't remember all the stops. But if you're going to any one of those, make sure if you are going to buy a bunch of objects, make sure you ask, are they randomized? Because unfortunately, because we were the first ones, Montreal was the first stop to have the objects. We were kind of like the testers, if you will, of the objects. And unfortunately, the first few people in the merch line who got like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 objects, unfortunately, once they opened it, it turned out to not be randomized. So if they got 50 objects, they got 50 of one member. Yeah, so a lot of people got like 30 of Jiu, 40 of Cheon. Yeah, it was crazy. And once I got wind of that, I kind of took charge. I was like, I immediately went to staff and I was like, guys, you need to like shuffle it or something because this is crazy. And I also asked if it was possible for those who did not open their packs, if they could exchange them for random ones, and they allowed it. So at least they took into account of that, and they were kind enough to allow us to do that. So although some people did end up with like a bajillion of one member, we still were able to like kind of figure something out. It was kind of chaotic, I have to say. I was like stressing. I was like running from the like venue back to the cafe that I had organized this whole trading thing. But yeah, I have to say though, I'm kind of pleased that I had organized that. I obviously did not know this was gonna happen, but I'm kind of happy because it really allowed people to just come to this cafe and just basically say, guys, I got 20 Jiu. Who has Naky? Oh, you've got 30 Naky. All right, here we go. And it was just like a really easy trade, right? And like people had like tables, really, like they all had their objects laid out, and like you would go around and be like, oh, so if I won in yen, then you're the person. Yeah, it was kind of fun in the end, like but it was still stressful. So to save you guys, all right, make sure you ask if they're randomized, okay? For your sake, please. I really don't want anybody else to fall in that trap, okay? So, make sure to let everybody know about it. even though the Montreal stop is over, I'm still doing my tour leader of me there and letting everybody know about that if they didn't know about it already. But yes, anyways, yeah, all right, let's just jump into what I thought about the concert. So I think the first thing we should get into and talk about, because I think it's a good point, and I kind of want to start with the less good points, the cons, if you will, out of my review here, and that is regarding the purchasing of the VIP. So I'm a VIP package purchaser as well as a one-on-one photo. All right, so the one thing I have to say, the purchasing of the VIP wasn't that bad, at least in my experience and the experience of my friends. It was pretty straightforward. However, the one-on-ones, that was chaotic as heck. I'll be honest, I don't know what happened, and it was kind of really stressful, and I didn't particularly like the way it was done. So the first issue was that Soyeon, for some reason, when you came to check out, and anybody who had a Soyeon in their cart would not be able to purchase it. For whatever reason, whenever you went to go to checkout, it would say that Soyeon was not available in your country. Only Orlando was working. Every other stop, it wasn't. So, yeah, nobody was able to purchase Soyeon for some reason. And then what was crazy to me is they never addressed the issue at all. So, like, I'm assuming a lot of people, I know a lot of people, that were, like, spamming emails to, what was it, MotoPass? MasterPass, sorry, not MotorPass. MasterPass, yeah. So, DMs through Instagram, Facebook, whatever. People were, like, sending messages to them, and they never really addressed it at all. And what I dislike a lot is they never publicly told, once they fixed it, they never publicly told the public that they had fixed it and that you could now purchase Soyeon. So for those who were really wanting to get the Soyeon, if you weren't one of the crazy people that kept refreshing the page every 2 seconds, then unfortunately they missed out on it, because there was no official announcement that it was fixed. So by the time people heard about it, it was already sold out. And I particularly did not like that. And I'm not just saying this because some of my friends were victims of that. People were even like refreshing, and the one time they had to stop refreshing because they had to do something else and then come back like for an hour or two, and then came back and it was already sold out. Yeah, that did happen. So for me personally, I did not have any issue, but I know a lot of people that did. So that's a negative about the whole thing, I would say. But that's, I would say, the only negative point I have about the concert, really. I don't think there's nothing else really I was disappointed about. Now, moving on. Obviously, like I mentioned, I was a VIP. And when you get a VIP, when you get the VIP package, you get a lanyard, you get a signed poster. I recommend, if ever you did get a VIP package, when you go to the VIP check-in, bring a poster tube, because it is signed. You do not want to damage it at all. So bring a poster tube to put it in, keep it safe, you know. So that's just a suggestion I suggest to you. And yeah, you also get a pack. Unfortunately, I think Orlando and Brooklyn did not get this, because again, we were the first ones. Montreal was the first stop to get these objects. So we ended up getting it, but again, if you're going to any of the stops after this one, then you will be getting this. It is a full pack. There's 8 objects inside, one of each member participating in this tour. Only VIPs get this, so that's really fun. What else do you get? Oh, you get first dibs on merch. Now, unfortunately, when you go check in for the VIP, you can't immediately go to merch right after. So usually check-in, I think, is like around about 3 p.m. So you can get merch quite early on. However, the only thing about it is that you will get every merch type except the vinyl. The vinyl they will sell only for when the general admission door open, right? So basically when the actual doors open for the venue is when you can purchase it. So that was a bit of a stressful moment. However, as a VIP, you do get early entry as well. So they do let you go in first and line up for merch first, obviously. So you do get first dibs. However, yeah, there's only 90 vinyls per stop. So depending on how many VIPs there are, I think we were lucky. I think every single VIP for us, we pretty sure we could have all had a vinyl. But yeah, depending on how many VIPs there are, you might want to like line up early for the VIP. I don't know. That's just, again, another little suggestion there. Also, in case you didn't know, the vinyl is signed as well, which is amazing. I'll be honest, I did not know it was signed. When I saw it on the merch, when they posted the merch before the concert started, the tour started. Oh no, it does say signed by the 8. I did not read that part, obviously. So I was kind of shocked that it was signed. I was gonna get it anyways, even if it wasn't signed. But no, it is. So, you know, if you're one of the dumb people like me that don't actually read the listing, then there you go, it is signed. Speaking of merch, I ended up getting the crew neck. I'll be honest with you, this crew neck is incredibly comfy, and it's pretty cool looking, like legit. I really like it, actually. I wasn't too sure when I first saw the listing on the internet, but seeing it in person, it was even better than I expected. I mean, I already liked the design. It's probably my favorite design out of all the designs of all the different, you know, whether it's a t-shirt or the hoodie. It was the, like, better looking one to me, but seeing it in person is just really great. So, you know, if you're looking for to get the crew neck, then there you go. This is what it looks like on someone, I guess. But yeah. Now, let's move on to the actual concert. So first of all, I mean, we had a pretty decent spot. We were on ground floor, so there was the mezzanine, the balcony, and ground floor. It was all seated for us. I'm pretty sure Orlando and Brooklyn wasn't, and I don't know if the others stops are, but for us, they were all seated. So we had row E, I believe. So we were quite close. E, middle. So yeah, a really good spot. And the venue that we have, the stage is actually really high. It's quite high. So even if you do get like a tall person in front of you, you can see quite well anyways. But yeah, in terms of like performances and everything, oh man, it was insane. We're gonna get into like, you're gonna be able to see some of my footage that I got. You're gonna see how crazy I went, okay? Like, I'm sorry, I apologize to your ears right now, because good gracious, I became a beast. I'll be honest, I hate the person I was when you listen to the footage that I got. I kind of hate the person I was, but at the same time, it was so good. You're so into it. The energy, everyone in the crowd was just so into it, screaming. It really was just absolutely energetic. It was so good. And yeah, dude. And I feel like you could tell that the members was feeding off of that energy. Cause yeah, they were like beasts on that stage, man. I'm telling you. There's actually a lot of members which I was like mega impressed about. Yeah, because I feel like we haven't seen them, especially the Next and Glow members. So, Jabin, Hyeon, Solin, Soa. Like, I feel like I haven't seen them perform too much. And when we have, it's only been through the OT24 performances. Well, I mean, you've got just Do It and Inner Dance, but apart from that, like, we haven't really seen too much. Well, at least for me. Because I guess my eyes, whenever I watch a performance, I mean, there's 24 members. It's really hard to, like, keep track of all of them, right? Your eyes just keep going from member to member. But no, because they're only 8, and they basically, spoiler alert, block your ears if you don't want to get spoiled in the set list. But they perform like Girls Never Die, 24, you know, all performances that we've only really seen them do with 24 members, but now we get it as 8 members. And that's when you really get to see each of the members shine. Like, they get much more time to shine. And I think because of that, I really got to see how much work they've all put in. Like, Hyeon, I feel like I've heard a lot of people say that Hyeon's like a really big bias wrecker within the wave community. And I don't want to say I didn't notice that before, because I could obviously see it just watching signals and whatnot. Her personality and everything is already, you know, a good reason to have her as a wrecker. But in terms of performances, I didn't really see it. But again, I wasn't focusing on Hyeon too much. But after that concert, holy heck, I might be one of those waves. Dude, she wasn't in my bias line, but I feel like I have to put her in. She was insane. Celine completely, absolutely surprised the heck out of me. You could tell how much work she put into that, because, spoiler alert, again, they performed Hit the Floor. And to me, Hit the Floor is one of the hardest choreos they could do. And oh my god, she was nailing it. And I feel like just a couple, like when she debuted and whatnot, you looked at her and you're like, okay, she needs a bit of work dancing. But oh my god, she was killing it. Killing it, absolutely. And Soa was there, I don't know why, but like, she was the most, she surprised me the most. Like, I don't know, because she's such, like, she's the baby, she's the maknae, and like, she's so tiny and just baby. I don't know. She just surprised me. I looked at her dance and she seemed so mature dancing, killing everything, all the moves. They were all so in sync as well. I have to mention, like, the synchronization with this group is insane. Like, we see it a lot with the OT24, but again, they were on point. And yeah, Soyeon, man. Ugh. I mean, I could go on with all the members. They all impressed me a lot. Actually, speaking of Soa, I noticed at one point, it was near the end of the concert. It was during when they each give out a message, you know. It's like, oh, I enjoyed this and blah, blah, blah. And we all go through each member. And Soa just, to me, she seemed like she was about to break down into tears. It looked like an anxiety attack to me. And I'll be honest, I feel like it's totally understandable because, again, I mean, she's only like, what, 14? She's still a kid, right? And she's in a completely foreign country. Her first ever tour. Like, it must be hard. But man, did it hit me, man. I was watching her and I was like, oh. I felt so bad. And at one point she left. She just left. I don't know if she kind of broke down in tears. Apparently she did for Brooklyn. So that's kind of why I think it's just an anxiety attack. She's just not used to this. Just being in front of people. Maybe being in front of people is, you know, hard. And I know that, you know, myself, because I used to get anxiety attacks a lot. And that's why I was like, I was looking at her, I'm like, it must be that. I don't want to say for certain because everybody reacts different ways, but it really looked like that to me. And she just left. And what I really liked is when she left, all the members seemed to be aware of this. Like Nakyoung kind of, when Soa was talking, she kind of saw it and kind of like comforted Soa a little bit. You'll see. Maybe I should show, or maybe not, for Soa's sake. You know what? I won't. You can probably find it somewhere. But she clearly wasn't feeling well, and at one point she leaves. And what I loved is, at one point, Soyeon just leaves. She goes backstage, presumably to go check on Soa. And I love that. It was like, when Soyeon came back, I was like, that's our mom right there. That's her S1 right there. Making sure all the members are okay. Anyways, moving on. Just to kind of finish on the performances there. They performed a lot of performances, which I guess I won't spoil too much for those that don't want to know the full set list. In that case, I highly recommend you don't watch the second half of this video, which is only gonna be my footage. Alright, we're gonna end off with the concert footage. But because I still have a bunch of stuff to talk about, and I want you guys to kind of hear it and whatnot, I won't mention it. But there was a lot of performances I really wanted that we got, and it was just, again, so amazing. So the outfits and the styling were also amazing. Like, Soyeon had the little mini ponytail coming out. Like, dude, I actually really like the styling of this. And Oh, and yeah, like it's crazy because I have seen TripleS before. I saw OT20 back in February of last year. I think it was February 12th or 13th. I can't remember, but it was in February. I went to see their concert in Seoul. That concert where they announced Assemble 24. Yeah, I was there. However, I was like in the far back corner of the venue, so I had like the worst view possible. I'll be honest with you, it was not the best view. I had the two tallest people in front of me, and yeah, I basically watched like more than half of the show off of my phone because I could not see. But it was still a really fun concert. I could still see sometimes in between some of the people in front of me, and yeah, just being able to see 20 members on stage was something in itself. But there was something so different about this concert. I don't want to say it was better or not, because obviously there's, I guess, the culture difference of Korea and here. So like here we're gonna be way more loud and like scream, whereas in Korea it's more fan chant and, you know, the ambiance is a little bit different, and that could definitely play with, I don't know, emotion and whatnot. But it was amazing, and it's a concert I will never forget. 100%. One thing I have to say that I found a little bit strange, block your ears if you don't want to get spoiled, but they performed Atmosphere, but the Korean version of Atmosphere. The reason why I say this is strange is because Atmosphere in the first place was made for the first US tour. The first ever song was in English. Why did they not use the English version for that? You know, like, I'm not mad, but, you know, I was expecting them to do Atmosphere, but the English version, not the Korean one. You know what I mean? Anyways, all in all, absolute blast. But I think one of the highlights, there's a lot of highlights throughout the performances, but yeah, one of the highlights was literally at the end of the concert. They're saying bye to everyone. They're all going to like the corners and really just trying to interact with the members. And at one point, Nakyoung and Soyeon are like on our side. They're kind of looking around, and I'm just like sending hearts like this. I'm not recording. I'm gonna show you footage, and this is curated by my friend who is next to me. So shout out to you, Flo. But yes, they're scanning. I'm going like this, and then Nakyoung sets eyes on me. And she recognizes me. She just gets all excited, and she's like, I know you. She gets so excited that she bonks Soyeon. Like, you look at the footage and then look at Soyeon. Soyeon gets bonked by by Naky. Naky, why? And I lost it at that point. Like, that was at the complete end of the concert. And this was something I was kind of worried about, because I have a one-on-one with Nakyoung to do after. She's already recognized me once before. 2 years ago, I did a video call. Some of you guys will remember. And I had a video call. This was before Generation, right? And I had a video call, and the last member I had was Nakyoung, and she straight up went and said, "I know you. You're that YouTuber, right? You do videos." And I'm like, well, I do make videos, so I guess maybe. And then this time it just, I guess, really confirmed it, because I've never had that done. I mean, apart from that video call, but at a concert, I've never had somebody just be like, "I know you." At that point, I'm just like, okay, what do I do now? She obviously knows who I am. So when I do my one-on-one, what's gonna happen here? And my heart started to like race. And I was like, oh God, what am I gonna do? With that being said though, we did have a high touch before that. So it was the high touch before the one-on-ones, because not everyone got a one-on-one. Not every VIP got a one-on-one. So it was high touch first, and it was at that point I think it's not only Nakyoung that knows that watched my videos. Soa was number one first, and like she was just there. Like you turn it, whoa, she's right there. It was so surprising. But anyways, start high-fiving. Also, worth mentioning that the staff said, you know, you can't talk to the members. You can say like a word or two when you get them, but it's gonna be like bam, 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 bam. Do not also like hold hands and do stuff like this. They were clear about that. Maybe I'm just overthinking things, but anyways, I start going to Soa, say hi, and after Soa it's Soyeon, and she seemed to be like really excited. Like she didn't say "I know who you are," but like the expression she did, not to mention the same. I mean, we kind of see a little bit of her facial expression in that little clip with Nakyoung when she recognizes me on stage. But Soyeon looked like she knew who I was. And after Soyeon, it was Naky, and again, as I'm like, oh no, it was Hayeon first. Hayeon first, and I say like, oh, it was fun, you know, I really enjoyed the concert. To, you know, Hayeon, get to Naky. Naky, again, just straight up says, "I know who you are." And with like the biggest smile ever, and she's like, yeah, and then it just, we keep going, and it's Soda. I kind of blanked out at that point. I see Soda. I honestly cannot remember Soda's part. And after that, we get to Nyen. And I think Nyen seemed to know who I was. Maybe I'm just losing my mind here. But based off facial expressions, I felt like she knew who I was. And Jubin, I'm pretty sure she knew. Because she was like, "Oh, hi!" And then she just grabs my hand. Something I was not supposed to do. But I just remember getting to like Jubin, and Jubin was like, "Oh, hi, so nice to meet you." Grabs my hand, and I'm like, I just remember the first thing that popped into my head was like, I'm not supposed to grab your hand right now. I was like, I'm not supposed to do that. But we did it anyways. And then last was Sulin. I think Sulin knew who I was. Just like, she seemed much more excited when I got to her. But again, maybe it's just my brain and I'm just fantasizing here. I will never know, actually, okay? I will never actually know if they know who I am. So I'm just gonna tell myself they don't know who I am. Because if I tell myself they watch my videos, then I'm done. One member is enough. That's enough. I don't need more. Otherwise, I'll bury myself 6,000 feet under the ground. So that was the high touch. After that, we had to wait for our one-on-one. And long story short, we get there. Wait in line. They're each in their little booths. So they're like enclosed. And I ended up being second in line for Naky. And I'm here stressing. I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen once I see Nakyoung? Before going in the booth. I put my vinyl down. I walk in. I spot Nakyoung. I see her looking absolutely amazing as always. And then I suddenly drop. I've got my phone ready like for the picture, because you need to give them your phone to take the picture. And I drop this. I drop this on the floor. I'm like, oh god, no, sorry. I pick it up. And then I hand it over to the manager who takes the picture. I hand it over to her. Walk towards Nakyoung. And the manager's like, excuse me. You need to give me your phone, not this. I was so like gone. My brain was gone at that point. So again, I'm apologizing to the manager, and then I turn back to Nakyoung, and then here goes that 1 minute conversation. I think it was 1 minute. I don't know, but it lasted a long time. It was all in Korean, but we were communicating. She was legit saying like she watches my videos and like that she's a fan of it, and like she really enjoys them. And basically, what happened was the roles were reversed. She became a fan. Like, I'm losing it. Just the thought of it, I'm losing it. But she was fangirling over me. Basically, long story short, that's what it was. Again, and then she asked me like, 어떤 퍼즐을 할까요? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. 몰라요. And she goes, do you want to do a heart then? 하트? I'm like, yeah. 네? And yeah, and then I do it. So she does the heart, and then suddenly she just goes and puts her like arm and rests on my shoulder, and I was like, just dying internally. You can probably see it in my picture. Like my eyes are they're no longer there. They're staring into nothingness. After the picture is taken, again, she just goes on in Korean saying like how much she appreciates me. And then like I couldn't think of anything else to say apart from 영광이에요. Like, I'm honored. Like, I'm so honored. I'm like shaking. I'm so honored, and then I say like thank you, and I leave completely oblivious, like absolutely mind gone, but complete blankness. Walk out, stare into nothingness, and then my body just takes over and starts walking until like the next person in line just wakes me up and says, "Don't forget your vinyl." I was almost about to leave without my signed vinyl, guys. That's how gone I was. So that's it. That's how my day ended. That's how it ended. With Naky fangirling over me, like my number one bias in TripleS, fangirling over me. Why? I was gonna say I'm a nobody, man. I'm the one that should be fangirling over you, not the other way around. But okay, here's the thing though. Even though I was obviously losing my brains over that whole ordeal, part of my big massive smile that I had, and I'll be honest with you, was the fact that I held an entire conversation in Korean. I haven't done that since Korea, which was a year ago. So I was basically like really proud of myself. And it's the fact that I did that with Nakyoung. I don't know. Under pressure, I think I did really well, and I'm incredibly proud of myself for that. And I really want to be honest with you. Like, sure, y'all know the story that happened. That happened, yes. But holding an entire conversation in Korean. There was not a single English word spoken apart from the hatu. I'm really proud, and I'm so happy that happened. And anyways, all right, I'll stop. I need to stop talking about it, because the more I think about it, the more I think it's a dream and that it never actually happened. So, like I mentioned, that's how my day ended. So there was nothing else much to say here. So I'll say thank you for watching. Again, it was an absolute honor to be the tour leader, and I really appreciate Madhouse for giving me that opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity. I will forever remember this day and this concert. I don't want to say it's one of my favorite concerts I've been to. And this is me saying, like, I did end up seeing TripleS last year in Seoul, and it was OT20. However, I was really far, so I basically watched the entire concert off of my phone, because I had like the two tallest people in Korea in front of me and barely saw anything. But I still enjoyed myself, you know. I got to see them live for the first time ever. This was my second time seeing TripleS in concert, really. But it was, in my opinion, in terms of where I was seated, so much better. So I think that helped in that sense. And the interactions and everything, I guess, added to that. But anyways, alright, I'll shut up. Thank you so much for watching this video. And yeah, we'll end up with clips of the concert. So enjoy those. 거야. Nothing better. La 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 la. Oh, let me breathe. I'm here. You can touch me. I'm here. 필요해. 난 나를 필요해. 걱정이 안 돼. To my one. 아니잖아. Watchman. 여기 있잖아. I'm here. Yeah. Oh, let's go. Oh my God. Wow. Live it up. What's the matter? I'll make it better. I do it all. I'm too sick. Do it all. I'll do that. Do it all. Dance on my way, yeah, you know I like to make you dance. Dance on my way, yeah, you know I like to bounce it. Dance on my way, yeah, you know I like to make you dance. Don't you make me leave, wanna touch you in the side. So, you know I gotta make you say. I wanna talk in private all night. How I feel like I don't let you know. And then you wanna be mine, couldn't get I don't mind.
아직까지 고민하고 있었어. 그거를 모르겠지.
Yeah, I've been contemplating for a while what song I should do.
나는 okay. If you take too long, me hit me back. I can promise you how I react. What I can say is I will still wait for you. Lately I've been on a roller coaster, trying to get a hold of my emotions. But all that I know is I need you close, and no one's gonna show me. Okay, 여기까지.
Sing.
5, 6, 7, 8. Do it. One step on your track.
Yeah. Cherry talk. Boom, cherry talk. Boom, cherry talk. 알고 싶어나. Hey, Susie. Cherry talk. Cherry talk.
다들 바라죠.
어,
So
어.
since we did Crystallize performance, we can't forget Ask
yeah?
Angel from Asia.
Yeah? Yeah? Generation? Generation?
Let's go!
Okay, it's Jover. It's Jover. It's doomed. If it's Generation. I think. It's our call. It's on my mind.
Montreal, are you
Falling in love. Wow. Here we go. Let's go. It's dark or white. Come on, Naky! Yes, Nakyoung! Ooh, rising! Make never die, it's time. Go! Come on, Soyeon! 다시 해보자! Let's go! Shine better. 난 여기까지 안까지 점점 추런 내가 싫어 보이기도 싫어 오빠가 평균 나는 이거 Yes! Colorful! Wow! Yes! Wow!